How's it going, YouTube? Hi, Drax here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing what could be the possible units coming for Legends Festival 2022. As you can see, I have the GT tag opened up right here, and it's pretty obvious we are getting GT units. This tag has been getting buffed like through the wazoo. We got the new free-to-play Super 17, we got Zenkai is here, another free-to-play, Zenkai, and honestly a pretty solid team. She's also got a Zenkai, by the way. Pretty solid team right now, not really that good because they just not received any like substantial buffs. Very weak in terms of Z ability, and obviously cover changes are far and few between with these guys. I think there's only like 1, 2, 3 and then 4 cover changes. The rest of these guys don't really have cover changes, which is a very big deal because with characters running combos for like 10, 20 counts, even 30 counts, you need some way to disrupt that, and this team just doesn't have that. But yeah, we're not going to be talking about team composition just yet, but let's go over onto Twitter and look at the first hint from the Dragon Ball Legends official Twitter. Obviously you can see it's starting off with a blue circle or a circular object, and then it transforms or transitions into the red or pink, depending on your perspective, circle or sphere in my eyes. But yeah, this is not a very clear hint. I mean, even if we look down here, like at this tweet replying to Toast from Cryon XZ, Gogeta does kick the culmination negative energy ball up into the atmosphere, and then it explodes, and then it goes and changes color from red to blue. This is a very I would say backward hint, because they usually don't do it like that, where they do it inversely, but it could also be a hint. We could also get Gogeta in some form or aspect like that. People have been suspecting tag Super Saiyan 4s. At this point, I'm very skeptical that we're going to get a tag Super Saiyan 4, and that's purely because of the next images I'm going to show you after we deal with Twitter. But let's look at the second Twitter preview here for what characters. We have 3 scoops of ice cream with 7 blueberries, and then what looks to be like a chopstick or something else. Obviously this is referencing Omega Shenron, so we could possibly see an LF Omega Shenron, or even a brand new 1% sparking Omega Shenron, because the only other Mega Shenron that we really have, I mean, we have these 2 guys, but this guy is irrelevant, like in the greater sense. He could be getting a Zenkai, which would impact this team heavily because the team does need a very strong melee red character. I mean, this Goku's good, but this is a more blast based team running through right now, and then this guy here is also melee, so having another strike based character would work really well, especially if they decide to give Ultra Mega Shenron his platinum equipment to make him relevant again. But yeah, this is definitely referencing Omega Shenron, and if we look at these in combination together, it does make sense in at least some small part that it could be a Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. But personally, I don't believe we'll see that. I don't think it's time for tag characters to transform yet. We barely have a handful of them in any case. We only have androids, we have Goku and Vegeta, and then we have the Trunks and Gohan. We don't really have any other tag characters. We do have the assist characters. Let's see if I can find the assist characters. The assist characters are pretty interesting. They're not the greatest. I mean, there's Gohan Piccolo assist. Basically a Gohan card with Piccolo in few of the animations. Same with Goku Black and Zamasu, and then you have Broly, and then I think it's also these guys here, Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. This was the initial attempt at tag characters, but they weren't strong enough by themselves, so obviously they had to change that. But yeah, definitely not going to see tag Super Saiyan 4s. I'll be very surprised if they did drop them, especially with the hints. I am going to basically show you what I think this is in the clip coming up right now. But let's just look at this clip and then I'll talk about it afterwards. Okay, as you saw from the clip, Goku was transforming into Super Saiyan 4. The moon was a blue color and then it transitioned into red during that sequence. I feel like that's heavily hinting towards this this type of this hint here, and then we'll probably get a Omega Shenron or Legends Limited LF Omega Shenron, who does the Dragon Thunder that is very iconic to the GT series. So definitely, I actually would prefer having a villain LF be a headliner for once, and maybe have something else come along maybe later in the year, next year or something. Because let's face it, the Ultra character that's going to drop after this is probably going to eclipse these guys, or beyond par, depending on what it is. The meta has been really crazy in terms of power creep lately, so who knows what could be going on. Yeah, so that's just my GT pick. But another thing is, if we go over to Discord here, we do have this new card art. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this by now from other YouTubers. But this is a transformation ultimate, similar to what you would have from like Captain Ginyu, those special transformations. Or let's pick a more relevant character right now, or newer character. The red Bojack that locks. I don't think it locks. I think it reduces your vanish to 0, and then when he hits you, he transforms into full power Bojack. That is the purple version of this card. So what this indicates to me, this is an ultimate card that does damage, but it also transforms the character into another form. Now, I think this may be a reference to this here, because let's face it, transforming into Super Saiyan 4 from a kid Goku would be a hell of a lot better than transforming into Omega Shenron, because we already have the Ultra animation for it. It's not going to really have as much impact in terms of animation quality, since we already have that transformation. But the next two images here, this is a little bit small. Unfortunately, I can't really enlarge it without actually downloading it, which I don't want to do. There are two different versions. There's a completely black one, and then there's a purple one. My first thought in my head is it's going to be like something to do with hit, because this looks like something for time skipping or something to do with time. I initially thought this was a fusion mechanic where the fusion only lasts a certain amount of time and then they defuse, but I don't really think that's the case, because tag characters, how would it work with tag characters where the character's main ability itself is to switch into their counterpart? How would it work to draw an ultimate in that sequence? The only idea I had was, after a certain number of tags between them, maybe 5 or 6, you draw this ultimate and then you transform into that fusion or whatever form that they decide to transform into, and then you fight with either the fusion or that new transformations. Well, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. But yeah, this feels like something to do with hit. We haven't got a hit since, I believe, Purple Hit. Purple Hit has been around for a very long time. I believe he released... Who did he release alongside? I actually have no idea. I can't remember who he released alongside. Let's just check. Let's just scroll and see who he released with. I think he released with this Goku, or... No, I think he released... I actually don't remember who he released with. But he released with somebody, and... I think he released with the Kill and Caulifla. I think these two together released... Oh no, was it God Toppo? No, them and God Toppo released together, and then this guy came out with somebody else. I don't remember. I think... Oh yeah, there's a Revival Goku. Yeah, he came up with Revival Goku. That was a very, very long time ago. I think this is like just pre... Oh no, I think this is pre-second anniversary. Just before... no, not second. Pre-third anniversary, before SSJ 4 Gogeta dropped. So, very, very old character. We are in need of a new hit. Because if we look at the Rival Universe and Tournament of Power, I mean, Tournament of Power is pretty good right now. I mean, it's not like cracked, but it is still a pretty good team. Where's Tournament of Power? Okay, let's just go episode Universe Survival Saga. Let's just go here. Let's pick you. And okay, it doesn't. Okay, well, whatever. We have Universe Survival Saga here. These are the characters. If we look at these guys, having a Universe Survival Saga hit would work really well, Because look at the real meta-relevant characters. You only have this guy. He's got a platinum, which actually makes him really good. Golden Frieza is still really cracked. I mean, Beerus is by far the best blue. This Vegeta is just not it. I mean, you got some free-to-play options, but in terms of yellow representation, there isn't really a great option. I mean, he's decent, but he just can't tank. So if they had to pick like a whole new or a brand new character to have, maybe Hit being blue could work really, really well. Or he could be green, which work really well against the Beast Gohans running around. Because Hit initially, or I think he always has had, Nullify Endurance. So that would work really well. So having your Rush absolutely kill Beast Gohan's Endurance would work really well with the team. But Rival Universe is pretty much dead. I mean, that team is just trash. You don't want to run that team. It's basically just Universe 6 at that point with all the Zenkais and stuff. So definitely want to explore this image a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure what this is. They've been very hush-hush and quiet as to what the next batch of characters could be, because we do know that GT is releasing. We have basic options as to what, or basic hints as to what they could be, but the other banner is completely silent, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe a Hit, a legendary finish Hit, or very cool Hit who does the time prison against Jiren, and maybe like, for example, a God Goku or something, a LF God Goku. That would work really, really well, because God Ki is absolutely dead in the water as well. They are pretty much on life support, similar to how the how GT was. Because if we look at God Ki, they have some options, but not very good ones. Best yellow, best red, best purple, I believe is Whis. Best blue, actually best blue is here. And then yellow, I mean, they have Kaioken, but he's pretty much gonna get railed. And purple, yeah, I said Whis, I said, and the green, best green is definitely gonna be Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta here. They definitely need some new characters. We only have, I think, 2 God Gokus, one from the movies, and then one is from the beginning of the game, back when I think Beerus released. I think he released alongside Beerus. Yeah, we only have the 2 God Goku, so it would be nice to see another God Goku in the game. Maybe even Zenkai this one, to actually give the God Ki main something to actually use, because this team is actually also on life support. There's been a lot of teams that have been buffed recently that just didn't need to be buffed. Movies did not need to be buffed in such a way, because they just got Cooler, Broly, and Beast Gohan with Pan and Piccolo. A bit too much right there. Hybrids also got buffed up a lot. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see what they go with. I mean, if they do decide to go with a Super versus GT theme again, it'll probably be TOP Saga type of character, such as Hit. From GT, we might see Super Saiyan 4 Goku that transformed from a kid. And then we have the Omega Shenron here, who I actually don't know what they'd use. Maybe they give him an LF instead of the Goku for a change. But let's see what they come up with. I mean, options are pretty limited right now in terms of, like, if you consider the hints and the animations they have in GT, their options are pretty limited. I'm hoping to see a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, an Ultra Vegeta drop for the New Year's. But if it's not going to be Ultra Vegeta, then it's 100% going to be an Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I 100% believe that they've been buffing hybrids secretly for quite a while. They got the new Trunks, the Super Saiyan Trunks. They got the 2 Zenkais for the Ultimate Gohan and then the Transforming Future Gohan. They got Beast Gohan. They got Pan. I'm actually just waiting to see now what they do with that team, because that team is very, very strong as it is. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of my predictions, whether or not they are founded or grounded in some sort of reality, or am I just spitballing here at this point. But let me know what you think of these characters and choices for my predictions. If you guys have some predictions of your own, let me know down in the comment section down below. I would actually really like to hear it, because other than maybe knowing what GT has, I'm pretty much in the dark about the other banner until tomorrow. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. My name is Hydrax, and I'll catch you in the next one.